and the 14S of Aaron Stetniks. The 8 cars set to go in heat race number 1 for your IMCA Hobby Stocks. Under the green flag we go. Lenny Tucker takes the top spot. Adam Lee pushes way up the track, goes up the top. He's going to lose a bunch of spots to the field. As Lenny Tucker leads Rusty Montang, Aaron Shern, David Miller, Richard Wynn, your top 5. Little bit of different conditions from week to week here at Park Jefferson Speedway, keeping everybody on their toes. As Rusty Montang pushes high up the corner, he loses 2 spots. As out front into turn number 1, your leader is the 5L of Lenny Tucker. Aaron Shern, too high in 1 and 2, takes the tires off. He's going to lose a spot to Miller. Richard Wynn trying to get by as well. Rusty Montang having some struggles in the T2, trying to hold on to the 5th spot, but he gets awful high. That's going to allow Andy Hoffman to look to the inside, but lap number 2 in the books goes to Lenny Tucker. Lenny Tucker leads down the backstretch. About a quarter straightaway advantage over David Miller in second. Third is Aaron Shern, Richard Wynn, and Andy Hoffman, your top 5. Back in the day, Steve Felix called him too loose, but loose might be fast tonight as Lenny Tucker out front in the 5L. Aaron Shern takes a look to the inside of David Miller in the battle for that 2nd spot, but cannot make it stick. Going to try it again off turn 2 with a good run off the corner. But Shern not able to complete that pass. Shern again to the inside as David Miller got awful high off turn 4. Move Aaron Shern up to P2. Miller back to 3rd. Richard Wynn and Andy Hoffman 4th. As Hoffman makes an aggressive move to the inside of Wynn. It looked like Wynn had slowed down coming down the front stretch, but got back on the gas. As Richard Wynn holds on to 4th ahead of Andy Hoffman and Rusty Montang. But off of turn number 4, the big bed sheet flies. 1 to go for Lenny Tucker. Nearly a full straightaway back to the 2nd place machine of Aaron Shern in the 58. Adam Lee having all kinds of trouble in the 28 as he pulls back onto the track after getting too high in the corner. Andy Hoffman looks to the inside of Richard Wynn in a battle for 4th once again. But off of turn number 4, the Ghost Chassis out front picking up the heat race win. The 5L is Lenny Tucker. 2nd to Aaron Shern, David Miller 3rd, Richard Wynn, Andy Hoffman, and Rusty Montang rounding out the field. Old Jesse must have been working on the car hard this week as picking up the heat race win. Started on the outside of the front row and able to drive away for the win. Driver of the 5 machine, Lenny Tucker, picking up heat race number 1. You know how it goes this time of year. Temperature goes up, temperatures get up. Everybody's, a little excited to get racing, which we all completely understand. But off of turns 3 and 4, we're going to go green flag racing with Derek Husted and Ryan Leadham, your front row. Husted leads the field into turn 1. Ryan Leadham in 2nd. Zach Bales, Craig Cliff 3 and 4. Kent Husted too high, going to drop off top of the speedway, fall to the back of the pack. As down the backstretch, Ryan Leadham made a look to the inside of Derek Husted, but could not make it stick. Derek Husted leads the field off of turn 4. Kicking the roost, tail up. Your leader is the 0-1 of Derek Husted. Ryan Leadham, Craig Clift, Zach Bales, Paul Menard, your top 5. Craig Clift a little high in turns 1 and 2. Look out, Clift going to lose some ground as he dips those right side tires off. Actually gets all 4 tires up over the top of turns 1 and 2. Kent Husted in the 011 car, way out in the marbles, out in the tall grass outside of 3 and 4. Kent not having a great start to heat race number 2 here for your IMCA Hobby Stocks. Kent not having the handle on that 011 car. But the other member of the Husted family is handling his business on a Saturday night. Out front, another lap in the books for the 0-1 of Derek Husted. Ryan Leadham in the 2nd spot. 3 wide down the front stretch. Oh, brother. Paul Menard, Zach Bales, and Craig Clift all battling for that 3rd spot. Menard with the advantage off of turn number 2. Bales and Clift side by side. Cliff with a little bobble off the bottom of the speedway. Going to allow the 14Z of Bales to take over that 4th spot. Meanwhile, out front, Derek Husted getting it done in the 0-1. Derek Husted got loose in turns 1 and 2, had to get off the gas, lost some of his lead to Ryan Leadham, but Leadham still 5 to 6 car lengths back of Husted as they come off of turn number 4 one more time around Park Jefferson Speedway for the SC Race Engine 0-1 of Derek Husted. Ryan Leadham still second, Paul Menard third. Craig Clift and Zach Bales just keep on battling for that 4th spot. A little bit of rubbing in the corners in turns 1 and 2. Zach Bales gets high. Clift has to get on the brakes to avoid him, but your leader through turns 3 and 4, coming to the checkered flag, picking up the heat race win, pushing way up the track, but he's going to hold on. Derek Husted picks up the heat race win. Ryan Leadham second, third to Paul Menard, fourth at the line will be Zach Bales, and running at the top 5, the Akron Pizza Ranch 77 of Craig Clift. Well, Derek Husted always got that sharp-looking 01 machine. And not only is it good looking, it is fast, picking up heat race number 2 for the IMCA Hobby Stocks. Rolling down the front stretch, driver of the 0-1, Derek Husted. Who won tickets and VIP passes up into the clubhouse tonight? As we're set to go, again, 9 cars set to go here in heat race number 1 for the J&J Fitting Stock Cars as we go green. Look out, Sean Johnson up in smoke, your pole sitter. Takes that car, immediately makes the hard right turn, the 58 car to the pits. That gives Jeremy Gibbs the lead, but here comes Paul Winslow. Winslow up the inside, Bo Lundquist battling for that top spot as well. As Jeremy Gibbs kicks it out wide, the top spot, but here comes Bo Lundquist. At the line, Lundquist took the top spot with a big move to the outside. Jeremy Gibbs a little bit squirrely in the 42 car, not able to keep it straight. That allows Bo Lundquist to get by into 19. It's Lundquist, Gibbs, Mike Jensen with a big move into turns 3 and 4. As Gibbs got a little tail-happy 42 car. Zevenberg in the 66 slows. 66 slows down the front stretch. The rough luck continues for Zevenbergen. He takes that car pit side. Bo Lundquist out front, pulling away from the field. Jeremy Gibbs second. Mike Jensen and Ryan Harris back for the contact. Jeremy Gibbs gets sideways. Ryan Harris with nowhere to go. But everybody keeps going, moving forward. We're going to stay, looks like clean and green. Bo Lundquist leads over a half straightaway back to Mike Jensen. Paul Winslow, Jason Ward, Jason Ward, Ryan Harris, your top 5. As Lundquist cruising on a Saturday night. Got Mikey Jensen now getting pressure from Paul Winslow for the 2nd spot. Bo Lundquist dominating the heat race, but all the action for positions 2 through 5 as Jensen, Winslow, Ward, and Harris battle for position as the white flag waves one more time around an action-packed heat race number 1 for the J&J Fitting Stock Cars. Jensen get high. That moves Winslow to the inside. Winslow trying to make the move up the inside line for the 2nd spot, as does Ryan Harris in the battle for 4th. Winslow slides up now, going to get challenged by Jason Ward for 3rd. Ryan Harris too high down the backstretch. He's going to lose touch with 2, 3, and 4. As Bo Lundquist picks up the win, but all the action back in the pack. 2nd goes to Mike Jensen. Paul Winslow 3rd. Jason Ward, Ryan Harris, and Glenn Jones. Glenn Jones in the 13 takes the 6th spot. Oh, doctor. 6 very fast laps for the J&J Fitting Stock Cars heat race number 1. The Ghost Chassis 19. You know when it's fast, he's going to be up front. Driver of the 19, former track champion of Park Jefferson Speedway, that is Bo Lundquist. I got to tell you, I'm an open trailer fan. Something cool about seeing a race car driving down the interstate. Just makes me smile. Through turns 3 and 4 one more time. Let's get back to green flag racing here in heat race number 2. Aaron Kane on the gas. Aaron Kane leads under pressure from Zach Olivier. Aaron Gilliam in the 3rd spot. Todd Giroux, Greg Taylor battling for 4th. Olivier takes a peek to the inside. Can't quite get the grip as off of turn 4. Todd Giroux gets a little squirrely. But Aaron Kane going to be your leader after lap 1. Aaron Kane got Zach Olivier all over his bumper. Olivier to the inside, trying to get around Kane, but can't make it stick. Top side, very fast and very dominant early on, but Olivier going to try to make that bottom line work. Kane slides down, pinches the line off. Aaron Kane still leads. It's Kane, Olivier, Gilliam, Giroux, Taylor, your top 5. Todd Giroux looks the inside of Aaron Gilliam, but Gilliam slides down, holds the line, tries to cut off the 94 car. That allows Greg Taylor to join this battle for the 3rd spot as Giroux to the inside, aggressive off turn 4. Move Todd Giroux to P3, but Gilliam fighting back on the outside. Giroux and Casey Jones in there as well. 4 cars, you can put a blanket over them down the backstretch in the battle for that 3rd spot as Giroux did not get pointed straight right away and allowed Gilliam to get back by. Meanwhile, that battle wages on. We got a battle for the top spot as well as Kane holds on to the lead over Zach Olivier. Giroux now 3rd. Casey Jones battling with Aaron Gilliam for the 4th spot as Gilliam gets too high. Back to the backstretch as we've got a battle for the lead once again. The fight's all over Park Jefferson Speedway as Zach Olivier tries to get around Aaron Kane, but can't get it done. White flag waves. Let's go one more time. Olivier to the bottom in 1 and 2. Kane holding onto that top line, working the top side of the speedway. 2 through 5 and 6 all stretched out around now. Olivier going to make one more dive to the bottom, trying to get around Kane. Check him up the speedway, but can't get it done. Aaron Kane, he picked up the win last week. Back to picking up the checkered flag here in heat race number 2. Hammer down, everybody getting done and getting in a hurry. Aaron Kane, your winner. Zach Olivier 2nd. Todd Giroux 3rd. Aaron Gilliam 4th. And rounding out the top 5. Casey Jones 4th. And Aaron Gilliam, your top 5. It's time to go feature racing with your IMCA Hobby Stocks. Derek Husted, Lenny Tucker, your front row. Pace picks up, green flag waves. Let's go racing. 14 laps the distance. Off into turn 1 and 2 they go. 2 and 3 wide back in the pack, but out front it's Derek Husted in the 0-1. Lenny Tucker, David Miller, your top 3 cars. After that, it's a parking lot. 2x2 they go on the highway. Derek Husted going to be your leader. Lenny Tucker with a big bobble. That's going to allow David Miller to get by. Zach Bales trying as well, and Richard Wynn. Lots of 2 wide, but racing back in the pack. Ryan Leadham and Craig Cliff side by side. Aaron Shern and Richard Wynn side by side. Same for Paul Menard and Andy Hoffman. But out front, out to a big advantage early on is the 0-1 of Derek Husted. Derek Husted leads. David Miller second. Miller under pressure from Zach Bales in the 3rd spot. Lenny Tucker, Aaron Shern, your top 5. Craig Cliff, Paul Menard, Andy Hoffman trying to make some headway back in the pack. But out front, it's the 0-1 of Derek Husted. Almost a half straightaway advantage back to David Miller. Under pressure now from Zach Bales. Bales up the inside line. Bales working the bottom of the speedway. Aaron Shern, big push up the track. He's going to lose the 4th spot as Bales and Miller side by side. Miller too high. Zach Bales up to P2. Bales up to 2nd. Miller 3rd. Tucker 4th. Aaron Shern 5th. Meanwhile, Derek Husted, he gone. Keep your eyes on the back of the pack. The 77 of Craig Cliff, the 8X of Andy Hoffman. Little by little working their way forward. But at the front of the field, Derek Husted setting a torrid pace. Lenny Tucker inside of Aaron Shern, boxed in behind David Miller in the battle for that 3rd spot. Look out. Tucker slides up in front of Shern. Don't know how he fit that car in there, but he did. Aaron Shern not happy about it. He's going to pull the dive to the bottom, get around Tucker back for 4th. Andy Hoffman pushes up in front of Kent Husted. Hoffman all kinds of loose around the bottom of the track. Derek Husted almost a full straightaway advantage over Zach Bales. Aaron Shern third. Battle for fourth with David Miller and Lenny Tucker going number to number down the backstretch. Richard Wynn going to join that three-way as well. Richard Wynn pushes way up track off turn 4. He's going to lose a couple spots. Contact with Paul Menard. Wynn trying to save it. Everybody slip sliding around. Richard Wynn pointing the wrong direction. We're going to have a caution on the speedway. Oh, brother. Richard Wynn got loose off the top of turn 4, and a little bit of contact pushed him around, and the whole back of the field barreling down on the 36 machine. Thankfully, no other callers involved. Aaron Stetniks and the 36 of Richard Wynn. Looks like Kent Husted up there aside Paul Menard. Pace picks up, 7 laps remain. Green flag waves, and here we go. Off into turn 1 they go. Andy Hoffman with a great restart moves up into the top 5. As now Aaron Shern in that second spot. Shern with a big run into turn 3. Going to try to reel in Derek Husted. Derek Husted leads, but now under heavy pressure from Aaron Shern. Aaron Shern goes to the bottom line off of turn number 2, trying to get around Husted. Husted with a bobble. Shern can't capitalize. The 0-1, the 58 going to go nose to tail into turn 3. Shern running a slightly lower line around the speedway. A little bit of contact, a little bit of rubbing, but everybody's pointing in the right direction. David Miller pulls off into the infield. Heartbreak for the 34. He restarted in the top 5, but now he's into the pits as the battle for the lead continues on to turns 3 and 4. Husted has it. Shern wants it. And Shern is trying to valiantly to get all over the back bumper of Husted, but can't get it done. The battle for third continues. Bales, Tucker, now Hoffman, and the Kent Husted battling 4 cars, battling for that third spot. Derek Husted with a big bobble off of turn 4 that allows Aaron Shern to get by. New leader, Aaron Shern. Lenny Tucker breaks in turns 1 and 2 as well. Lenny Tucker comes to a stop at the top of turn 2. We will have caution for the 5 of Lenny Tucker. He's second. Third, Zach Bales. Kent Husted, Andy Hoffman, your top 5. Pace picks up. Green flag waves. We're back to racing. Aaron Shern and Derek Husted pull away. The top 2 cars go nose to tail. Zach Bales, Andy Hoffman, Kent Husted, your top 5. Can Derek Husted in the orange 01 find a way around Aaron Shern? Can Andy Hoffman make a big run in the closing laps? Derek Husted at the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Trying to get up beside Shern, but can't get it done. Mitch Schultz goes around in the back of the pack. Schultz goes around. Ryan Leadham stopped there as well. Both cars still rolling, trying to continue on. We're going to stay clean and green as Schultz going to pull back onto the infield. Leadham continues on. Your leaders into turns 3 and 4. It's Aaron Shern. Drifts a little high. Derek Husted trying to capitalize. White flag waves one more time around. Andy Hoffman up to third. Does Derek Husted have anything for Aaron Shern in the closing laps? Shern in the 58. Derek Husted in the 0-1. One final time through turns 3 and 4. Husted gonna send it into the corner. He dives to the bottom. Shern drifts up. Can Husted get back to the gas? He cannot get there. Aaron Shern, your winner. Derek Husted second. Andy Hoffman third. Fourth, Derek Husted in the 0-11. And the 5th spot goes to Zach Bales in the 14Z. Whale of a race. Derek Husted tried to make a big move, but could not make it stick in the closing laps. But your feature winner rolling down the front stretch, driver of the 58 machine, that is Aaron Shern. The lights go out around the speedway. We're set to go 18 laps. It's going to be 18 fast laps of feature racing for the J&J Fitting Stock Cars. Mike Jensen, Aaron Gilliam, your front row. Green flag waves. Here we go. They're going to go 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. This can only end apparently very well. We're still green through the corners as Aaron Gilliam, your leader, and Mike Jensen going to try to reel him in for that top spot. Aaron Kane, Zach Olivier, look out. Here they come down the front stretch, 2 by 2. 2 by 2, not enough. I say let's go 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. Zach Olivier, Aaron Kane, Ryan Harris. Kane and Harris still side by side for the third spot. Aaron Gilliam not quite having the handle. Here comes the wild child. Gilliam carrying that left front around the speedway. Down to block Mike Jensen. Here comes Ryan Harris up the outside line. Jensen up the block. Harris going to dip those right side tires off. Lose a couple spots around the speedway. Zach Olivier catfishing down low. Aaron Kane up the middle. Aaron Kane up to second. Aaron Gilliam leads. Aaron Kane now second. Mike Jensen third. Zach Olivier on the inside, going to go number to number with Mike Jensen for that third spot. They both drive it in deep into turn 3. Jensen up high, Olivier on the bottom. Olivier to third as Jensen got too high, lost some ground. Lots of beating and banging around Park Jefferson Speedway. As Aaron Kane looks around, tries to get around Aaron Gilliam for the top spot. Your top 5 cars nose to tail into turn 3. Zach Olivier to the bottom. He's trying to make that bottom line work. Can't get it done, but now Aaron Kane looks to the inside of Aaron Gilliam. Casey Jones slows at the top of turn 4. The 013 car slows. Takes it to the infield. We're going to stay clean and green as the battle for the race lead down the backstretch. As Gilliam got that left front in the air, it cost him the lead, cost him second as well. New leader at the line, it's Aaron Kane. Aaron Kane leads, Zach Olivier second. Aaron Gilliam third, Ryan Harris, Todd Giroux, Jason Ward up in the top 6. Olivier takes a look at the inside of Kane for the battle for the top spot. Aaron Gilliam got that car all wound up. Not sure what's the handling issue on the 4J, but it just cost him third. As Zach Olivier up the inside. Look out, there goes the hood off the 43 of Aaron Kane. Didn't have those clips in tight. As Olivier goes to the inside, it's a 2 by 2 do-si-do through the first 8 spots. Zach Olivier in leader. Kane crosses over. Oh, brother, there's still 2 by 2 through the pack. Todd Giroux goes around in turns 1 and 2. Giroux goes around in 1 and 2, sitting in turn 1. We're going to have a caution for the 94 of Giroux. Ryan Harris with a flat right rear on the 49. The 49 of Harris has a flat right rear. He'll have to take that car pit side. Aaron Kane takes the 43 pit side as well. Pace picks up through turns 3 and 4. Zach Olivier brings the field back to the green flag. Olivier leads. Jason Ward trying to work the bottom side of the speedway, get around the 4J of Gilliam. Gilliam running an aggressive setup, got that left front tire way up in the air. Jason Ward down low, going to capitalize, move Jason Ward up to P2. Ryan Harris rejoins the field. 49 rejoins the field. But your leader in the middle of the backstretch is the 71 of Zach Olivier. Zach Olivier, your leader in the 71. Jason Ward second. Bo Lundquist, Greg Taylor, Aaron Gilliam, your top 5. Both Todd Giroux and Elijah Zevenbergen trying to work their way back to the front of the pack. But 10 laps are scored complete, this time by 7 laps remain for Zach Olivier in the 71. Olivier, your leader. Jason Ward, second. Bo Lundquist, third. Greg Taylor, fourth. But a car on the move. The Z Machine, the 66Z of Zevenbergen, up to fifth. Zach Olivier, your leader into turns 3 and 4. About 6 car length advantage over Jason Ward. Taylor, Lundquist, Zevenbergen, 3, 4, and 5, nose to tail. Zevenbergen up to fourth. The 66Z is just flying through the field. Zevenbergen now on the bumper of Taylor in a battle for the third spot. Zevenbergen down the bottom, going to try to get around Taylor down low. Does he have time to work his way all the way through the field? Zevenbergen, a man on a mission, dives to the bottom in turn 3. Zevenbergen and Taylor side by side. Zevenbergen had to check up, couldn't complete the pass for third. Zach Olivier leads. Jason Ward, Greg Taylor, Zevenbergen way high, trying to get around Lundquist on the top side. Great battle with Glenn Jones, Aaron Gilliam, and Todd Giroux for position back in the pack. As Zach Olivier out front in the 71, clicks off another lap as your leader. Jason Ward second, Greg Taylor third, Bo Lundquist, Elijah Zevenbergen, your top 5. Zevenbergen working the very top of the speedway, working so high around the tops it's actually costing him ground to Bo Lundquist. As Ward holding down the second spot, Taylor up the inside for second, can't get it done. Off of turn 4, white flag in the air, one more time around for Zach Olivier. Jason Ward. Greg Taylor showing some right front damage. The hood coming up on the 55 of Taylor. It's still attached, but it's going to be like a parachute. Going to slow down the 55 as Zevenbergen makes a big move. Checkered flag out. Olivier, your winner. Jason Ward second. Taylor somehow holds on for third ahead of Bo Lundquist and Eli Zevenbergen. Wicked fast racetrack. Seeing some wild action. And Greg Taylor, with only a partial view of the speedway, able to hold on for third. Second goes to the 41 of Jason Ward and your feature winner. Once again, we'll get him into victory lane after the racing wraps up tonight. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck in the hole either. But your feature winner stopped down there on the front stretch. Driver of the 71 out of Sioux Falls, Zach Olivier.